of course, this was the main entrance to the building was right here, and trophy case was right here in the middle.
Mesquite baseball was never better than in the 1990s.
The success of the baseball program hit you right in the face.
In 9 seasons as head coach, Geer led the program to 8 playoff appearances and 5 district titles.
We had about a 90% win ratio here at Tillery Field. We just didn't lose here.
The Skeeters won a district championship in 1991 with no seniors.
We started 5 sophomores and 4 juniors and won the district championship. It just kind of kicked off what we thought was just a decade of really good baseball.
2 years later, they finished second behind the #1 team in the state, Duncanville. Mesquite was ranked #2 in the state.
He was a good cop, I was a bad cop, and so we joked about that all the time.
And they played that to a T, and you don't realize that until you got older.
I was always the one that I could go up behind him and kind of pat him on the back.
He would take us in and go, hey, just chill out, you know, he'll simmer down, you know, because Geer was intense.
They would go to him, they wouldn't come to me, because I'd, you know, maybe bark or bite their heads off.
From 1995 to 98, the Skeeters won 4 district titles in a row.
Hit the 200 career victories during that 98 season.
It took more than a high school team to beat us. Coach Geer beat a lot of teams before he even stepped on the field.
Coach Geer and Coach Barrington had been through some tough times in the playoffs. For us to make that deep run and to clinch each series and look over and see them jumping up and embracing was pretty special.
In 11 years as head coach, Coach Geer won 235 games. The foundation of that success was built at practice.
Runs the best practices of any practices I've ever been a part of. More structured and organized than Augie Garrido and Skip Johnson. They were phenomenal.
It used to drive me crazy that there was so much wasted time.
We knew that in order to have a really great orchestrated practice, it was going to have to be down to the minute.
3 to 305 stretch, 305 to 310 run. He got so much out of the short amount of time that we had, you were just able to just go play in the game.
The 1998 team set a record with 29 wins and went deeper in the playoffs than any other Skeeter team before or since, losing in the regional final to the eventual state champion.
We pitched, we threw strikes, we didn't beat ourselves, and we played just immaculate defense.
There was expectations, and you met Geer's expectations.
Coach Geer retired after the 98 season, but returned 16 years later to help a struggling North Forney program.
I'll do it, but here's what I like to have is Zach, my son. He was coaching in Terrell at the time. We had some big wins.
Highland Park, it meant the world to me. It was the best year of my life. I would go back and do it again 100 times over.
It was an experience that afterwards I cherish.
Zach is now the head coach at Sunnyvale.
Raiders on 3, 1, 2, 3!
And he talks to Dad almost every day during the baseball season.
He's the best of the best, and I'm not just saying that because he's my dad. This is my 11th year, 8th as a head coach here at Sunnyvale, and he's still the best baseball mind I've ever been around.
Baseball's been important to Dad his whole life, and that's why it meant so much to both of us when he watched me win my Major League debut in 2008.
Pretty sure I told you that I was going to max out a credit card if you didn't pay for me to go.
And it really is about those relationships and the memories. Well, get in front of the tie and the journey you took together. I think he even got an RBI that day, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you got to hit.
Bases loaded walk.
It was a very magical, very special time for baseball during those 10 years.